Hey, collective, what's going on? I'm so excited about this message. Okay, I was at work today and I thought as soon as I get home, I've got to go straight to the office and I've got to record this video. Okay, I was seeing, and this is all of the inner beings. And okay, so we're all one big story. We don't know that we're one big story here as human beings. It's like source, we're one big brain. It all makes sense. It's all one magnificent story. And there's something about a group watching this video who you've got such a large group of inner beings in the spirit realm, like in 5D, who are dancing, and they're all linking arms, and they were going out to the side and they were doing it to She's a Brit house. She's mighty mighty. She's letting it all hang out. Shake it down, shake it down, shake it down now. I don't know if those are the words to that song, but those are the words that I received. Okay. I tend to make up my own words. I really wish the artist would just start getting the words right, you know? I kid. I know their words are right, but so are mine. Anyway, such a great day. I hope you guys are too, by the way. Anyway, what they were telling me with that vision, I get off track when I talk to them sometimes because we just talk about everything. Um, that was going on. So that song was going on, and then they were showing me that some of these inner beings were people who you would consider an enemy, but they were dancing for you. And I'm like, what? That makes no sense. And they're like, no, you were meant to be the lesson for this person so that they could receive the blessing. You're the lesson so they could receive the blessing. So you being somebody's lesson is okay, because what comes from that is a huge blessing, and they would not receive this blessing if you were not first their lesson. And you are going to be that one that said, bitch, watch me. Okay, you are someone who's been counted out. You are someone who has been ridiculed, who has been used as, I almost feel like a human pincushion. If somebody's having a bad day, let me just go push this person's buttons to make me feel better. Even though you didn't do anything, it's like it just comes out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you're up in a tizzy and they're feeling better. And it's like something happened too much for too long, and it's been noticed by a group, and I'm hearing group. It's not just one person who's noticing the behaviors of somebody else, okay? While they've tried to paint you as this like awful pariah. Oh, I just saw a red bird. Okay. Your ancestors are watching. For that to show up right now. Oh, sorry. For that to show up right now, your ancestors are letting you know. It's like this was all planned. You having this person who's considered an enemy to you right now was once not an enemy. There was somebody that was a part of your life that you wanted there. There were good characteristics about this person. As much as you don't want to think about those good characteristics of this person, they want you to try to remember those good characteristics in that person as much as you can, just to try to rewire your brain when it comes to thinking of this person. Because right now you are manifesting at a very rapid rate. And when they pop into your mind, the best way to get back at them, and this is coming straight from your ancestors, the best way to get back from them is to send them love and to remember something pleasant about them. Not because you want to be back with them, not because you want to reactivate those feelings, but because you want to try to rewire your brain from thinking of the negative, naughty things that happen with this person to the positive things that happen, so that you can make peace with that and move on. Only when they pop into your mind, not forcing yourself to think of them or look them up or whatever you do. They just want you to focus on when they pop in your mind, trying to find something positive to think about them, because it's going to benefit you with your manifestations. It's going to benefit you with how you feel inside. And it's also going to benefit them by putting a kink in their plans. And what their plans are right now, I hear, are very unsavory towards you. And that's what's being noticed by a group, that somebody's plotting and planning and they've made some mistakes. they've told certain people certain pieces of information, and those certain people have come together and realized, like, they told you this, well, they told me this. What? And there's something like the other people are feel like, okay, we're being played here. Like, this isn't right. Like, what's going on isn't right. And there's something about you finding out about that in an embarrassing way. It's humiliating. I don't know why it's coming across like this. I'm gonna tune in more and figure out why. But I'm seeing a small for them, and it's in the upper right hand corner, like kind of like in a distance, like right up here. Like for them, real small. Humiliating for them. Why are you showing it to me like that? This is somebody who's used to portraying themselves as very strong, larger than life, in control, have it together, really good with being able to bullshit people because they come across as knowing things. They have this commanding presence, and it comes across as strong. And when the person maybe on the outside they look strong, their presence comes across as strong. They come across when they speak as intelligent because the way they speak. But there's something about this person who has a very dark side, and it's like sources kind of used you and dangled you as bait per se to bring out this behavior in this person because they've done this to other people, but not to the extent that they've done it to you, whatever that means. And what I'm hearing is there's something about them right now that has been triggered and with you, and they have made some mistakes and said some things to certain people that was caught as being a lie, and something about that information is important for you to. Oh, my doggy had to come in here. Is that Molly or Max? Oh, hey, Booby. Hold on, let me pause the video. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, I don't remember where I was, but I did just tune back in right before I came back to see where they wanted me to start. There's something that has changed or shifted in your life recently that has affected their life somehow. And it hasn't affected it in a physical way, but it has caused an emotional storm because they have not been able to control your move this time. And it's almost like you look like there's something about you looking like you've just had like success, success, success. It may not feel that way to you. What I'm kind of getting is like you've had successes, but it's not really the one that you want. It's kind of like, no, this is great. It's almost like um it's almost like I'm gonna date myself with this, but it's almost like you ask for a pair of Jordans and your parents get you a pair of Jordache, you know? Oh gosh. So it's something like that. Where you ask for a name brand Jordan and you get a name brand, but it's the really cheap, completely off brand that you would be embarrassed to wear in front of your friends type, you know? Like you're like, oh great, you know. So maybe you've had some successes, but to you the successes compared to where you know you're going haven't felt like astounding. So to you it hasn't been like a huge shift, is what I'm getting. But to others, it is looking like a major shift. It's looking like you've come into money, and it's looking like somebody's pissed off that you have come into some money, and they've been researching you and doing things that are unsavory. I'd also just got something about changing your bank account, like changing your banking institution, like changing altogether. If you have been feeling that impulse, take heed to that and go change that account. This is obviously very specific, so not everybody's going to resonate. What is that song? Maria, Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem. I don't know all that. all the words, but that song just came to my mind. So somehow it's important to this message. So please listen to that. It'll make sense to you if this message is for you. All right. Is there something else you want me to say about this meditation? Okay. So whoever that was coming through and who is watching this video here, the person winning, because I feel like there's other people watching you. Whoa. I'm sorry. I just had a vision. I looked down and I was seeing people crawling. I'm like, what the hell? And realized they were on my, I'm going to call it a pyramid because that's what the words that, they were using in my head. Obviously, it's pyramid. But it's like you're up here and you don't realize that you've got people climbing here, lurking, trying to come up here from the bottom. But you've got ancestors who are watching and they want you to know the best way to move forward is just to keep moving obliviously, like you are unaware that they're there. Okay, just keep moving like you don't know they're there. They don't want you to be afraid. You're not in danger. Something would happen. There were several occasions where you could have been hurt and you were not, and it actually backfired and they got hurt. There's do you okay? Do you know what this is giving me? They just brought Home Alone to my mind. You know, Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin, the little boy, he gets left alone and these burglars are casing the house and they're waiting for somebody not to be home so they can break in, and he sets up a trap for them everywhere he goes, and it's like they fall into their own trap every time. That is what's been happening. It's like everything they try now is all of a sudden coming back to bite them in the ass. And they're being, okay. What's that song? Fre- Freaking Me Out by Ava Max. Rocking chairs and moving. I'm also hearing that they're getting freaked out. Like ancestors and people, spirits are messing with them and they're getting a taste of their own medicine for how they messed with you. This is so specific for how they messed with you. It's like they're being spooked somehow. Like I don't know how they spooked you in what way, but they're being spooked that way. Okay, you must be somebody really powerful to have spirit vibe for you this way. And it's like they're opening a can of whoop ass on these people. And they're enjoying it. And you know why they're enjoying it? Because they know the outcome for everybody, and the outcome is that everybody wins. And that's the truth. But they're enjoying the process right now, and they want you right now to just focus on you, focus on the things that you know you need to be focusing on, which they're telling me you know what those are. They don't want you telling anybody what you're focusing on. They don't want you broadcasting what you're doing to anybody right now. They just want you doing it, moving in silence. They 1325, 325 is the date my brother died. So on Good Friday, and what do we have coming this week? 333. Sweet baby Jesus. He's rising from the dead. Sorry. Oh, goodness. Um, there was something else. Hold on. This is what it feels like. Okay, so I laughed when I talk to spirits all the time. So it doesn't scare me in the least, not now. And no matter what vibration, I could talk to them, but I prefer to talk to the high vibrational ones, right? So anyway, they gave me that example of Home Alone of like what's happening to them. The burglar's trying to break in, they're trying to do something and they're blocked every turn they get. That is what's happening with your ancestors and your spirit team. They are getting blocked and they are also getting hurt. They're not only just getting blocked, they're getting repercussions. Okay, and it is painful repercussions, and they're realizing it's spooking them because it's like something there's something about your energy has changed so much to where they fear you. They're not used to having that against anyone, like feeling inferior. Okay, it's like there's almost like they feel inferior towards you when it's pissing them off. That insecurity's coming out, and they're gonna puff their chest and say things is what I'm getting, and that's what they've been doing, and that's what's been noticed by a group, and it's like they're all coming against this person, realizing that what they're doing is pretty awful, and you're gonna have a major breakthrough because of this. And it's because you had to bring somebody down like 100,000 pegs. And you do it in a way that's just like you make God shine. You do. You make God shine and you make them very proud. They're just, it's like, we knew you could do this. You didn't believe in yourself, but we knew you could do this, is what I'm hearing. Um, I'm hearing that they would like you to pick up. Okay, so they want me to share some of the little things that I've done. Yesterday, I talked in the video about them wanting you to start shifting your habits. So they wanted me to share a few of the things that I've done to help shift my habits. So I have this little thing here, and this one I just started. So few things that I want to work on. I want to read more. I want to be more artistic. I want to work out and eat healthier. Those are like the main things I'm working on. And those are the umbrella things. And then I've got it all listed down, like the little things that I can do to make my shift easier. And I pick one and I start with one in each category. And you don't even have to do all of the categories at once. It's probably best not to. And that's what this book that I'm reading, Atomic Habits, is what it talked about, is doing something small. So even though I know I'm going to want to draw for more than 2 minutes, which is what I started out with, 2 minutes, I have to show up every day for 2 minutes. And I wrote it down, and I have it written down. After I get home from work and do my video, I will sit and draw for 2 minutes. And I made it specific. The time of day I'm going to do it, how long I'm going to do it, and what I'm going to do. Okay. So what I'm doing there is I'm habit stacking. I'm in the habit of going to work and coming home and doing my video. I want to add in another habit that I'm not used to doing. When you do too much at once, that is when we tend to fail, because it's harder to stay consistent when you have so much change at once. You want to throw yourself into something enough to where you feel good and have like motivate, you feel reward, you feel good about what you're doing. Like me showing up and doing that one thing, I did that for 2 minutes, and then he says in the book, don't do more. Like, even though you said you would go to the gym for 5 minutes, get dressed, make it a habit, go to the gym, stay for 5 minutes, and leave. And you do that, and this one, he talks about an example in the book where this guy lost over 100 pounds, where he started out doing that. He went to the gym and he went for 5 minutes. He got dressed after work, went to the gym. He'd be there for 5 minutes, and then he would leave. And he did it for that week. He did it for 5 days that week. And then the next week he said, well, I'm here for 5 minutes anyway. I might as well work out for the 5 minutes. He worked out for the 5 minutes. And what happened of the result with that was his body was feeling better. His mind was sharper. A lot of other benefits came from it. So he's like, I'm going to start doing it longer. So that became something where it was just starting the habit was the hard part. So when you break it down into microscopic, like little pieces, it makes you feel successful, and it builds repetition. So what I do, like I said, I wrote that down. You can even do a contract. There's you can go there. I'm not going to go into all of it, but there's like consequences, and I have people sign the contract and what I would do and be held accountable for this and this and this. Another thing that I'm doing is, paying down debt. So a bill, like one bill, I pay like $25 a month to pay it off. It's just one thing. I just pay 25 a month. Well, this month I'm like, I decide I want to start paying it off. I can get it over with. So I put $100 on this bill. So I'm like, I paid 4 times what I'd normally pay on this bill. So in my mind, when I write that down, I felt successful when I wrote down I showed up today after work and I draw, I did what I said I was going to do. I was drawing. I felt successful. I also have this new thing where it's called habit stacking. I'm in a habit of having Diet Coke or Coke Zero at work in the morning. Well, I want to shift that back to water all the time. So what I'm doing with that is something called habit stacking. I'm in the habit of the pop. So in order to have the pop, I have to have at least 8 to 12 ounces of water before I can have the pop. Now, some people do it like this, where the habit's like, first I will have my pop and then I will do the new habit. So they do the normal habit and then the new habit. If that's easier for you, do it that way, because whatever it's going to take for you to show up and not feel resistance towards that will be helpful. But for me, it's easier for me to say, hey, I can't have that pop unless I have 8 to 12 ounces of water. For me, that's just how it works. Like, I have to have that water before I can have that pop. I'm not allowed to. And that could be backwards for you guys out there. It may work better when you say, I'm going to have that pop, but right after I have that pop, I'm going to initiate my new habit and have that water, 8 to 12 ounces of water, right after I have the pop. Like, and just start adding the habit in. And once you start adding the habit in, then you can start adding in, and I'll go into this in another video because we're getting lengthy here. You can start doing, it's like, instead of putting a reward or incentive on bad habits, you want to start training yourself out of the bad habit too. And there is something that you can do for that as well. But for the purpose of this video, they want me to stop there. Those are just some of the things that I've been doing that helps. It helps you build success and feel good. I also heard something about someone watching this video. You They want you to feel more confident in whatever atmosphere you're in most of your day, where you're feeling kind of inferior when you walk around, and they want you to realize, like, you're making other people feel inferior because of your presence. And it's like triggering other people because they feel like you're a threat. And they want you to just remain being pleasant and nice wherever you are, but they want you to start observing people, and instead of observing, hey, I don't think they like me, start observing their behaviors a little more, and you're going to start noticing what you're really noticing is how uncomfortable they are in their skin. It's not about you at all. It's about what you're bringing out in them. And you have a powerful energy. And they're also saying, don't somebody it feels like a work environment. Don't worry about the work environment because somebody else has noticed your work ethic and they're ready to come in and sweep you off your feet. It's like they've realized of all the things that you have in life to commit in mass, like things that you can commit to, like master commitment to. You've been able to master commitment to career, and that is something that somebody's noticed, and they're really proud, like, to offer you something big. It's like they can't wait to do it. I know this is on the longer side, guys, but do you want me to leave it there? If nothing comes out, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. There it is. What did I say? Ooh, okay. What did I say earlier? What I say? Wake up call. Divine intervention. Big break. Somebody here, you're about to get a big break. Okay, I just said somebody noticed you. Divine intervention. You have influencer status. Speak up. And then you have sneaky link and let it go. Okay, this is what's going on. You have let go of a sneaky link, and because you've let go of this sneaky link, you have been blessed by the divine, and you are going to receive a big break right in front of this sneaky link. And that's what I was saying, channeling in the beginning, that you've looked like you've had like some type of stacked success, like one win after another, um, quite quickly. So it's made you look like you've got like a lot of money in some way, and it's got people really nosy. And it's this sneaky link here. So About to just show some people out. You're gonna show some motherfuckers what's up. I can't. I wish, you know, I wish I could just be kind of like, I just feel like you're going to be really satisfied. I can't quit feeling satisfaction. Like, you receiving this is going to be. I just, I'm still glasses. We did it. Oh, okay. I love it. So, this is, I don't know. Did you like not have the appearance? It's almost like God is showing somebody you need to quit looking at somebody and judging a book by its cover and thinking that the brand new super fit shiny toy is going to be the best option for you, because you never know what this person over here, they could be that super fit shiny toy too, but they've also got this and this going for them. But God didn't reveal this and this to them. They're not going to reveal that to them until after God reveals what they've been doing. It's like they find out how big you're going to win and how much you're going to win at the same time they are exposed. And that it's like they have to be embarrassed. It's almost like they won't. This is somebody who cares so much about appearance and looking the part that it takes a wildly, it's like a wild expose of something. It's like something happening, like something being wildly exposed that embarrasses them. Them being something that they do that's really kind of dark, sadistic, madonna, like, I don't want to say satanic, but that's the word that came to my mind. It's like sadistic, demonic, but they don't look the part. It's almost like politicians. You know how those motherfuckers are? Look like they're helping us and then turn around and taking all your money and bending over your children in a cage. That's how these fuckers are. But anyway, I digress. I hate our government. Um, you're going to show somebody. It's like you're going to expose a very dark side, and they're going to be embarrassed, very embarrassed. Um, but that's how they change. Sometimes it takes that. Sometimes it takes you experiencing some type of exposure to something to realize, oh man, I really need to change. I didn't see this pattern before, and that's what's going to happen with this person. So, although you have been used with Source, you've been playing the part quite well, and you're going to be blessed. Okay. Yeah. And you're a healer. I heard you're a healer. I have the letter A that came out. And then I saw MF and I heard motherfucker. Why are you guys playing with me today? Okay, they're so funny. Okay. I love it when I have days like this with them. Okay. Okay, I had the word was and is that came out like together in a little bit of a puzzle. And I just heard you're looking at something as was, and somebody else is looking at something as is in regards to you. And there's going to be a conversation that happens to kind of clear the air so you both know where you stand in some type of relationship. It's gonna hurt, but it's almost like you're kind of letting somebody down, and it hurts their feelings, but you have to do it. That's what it kind of feels like for somebody here. Why are these letters so important? What are you trying to? I have Jew and I have few. Many are called, but only a few are chosen. Jesus was Jewish. You're one of those few. And you know why it's not about the people being chosen because they deserve it more than the other people. And that's where we got to be careful when we read this Bible. It is because those people chose to ascend and do what was necessary in order to get to the level that they we're wanting to get to. Like if God tells you, hey, you can do this, it is absolutely possible for you to do it. There's a pathway, and God will show you that pathway. Your inner being will show you that pathway, but you have to be willing to take the steps to do it. And those are the ones that are chosen, the ones who are taking the steps. That's what that means. So they wanted me to clarify that. Is there anything else? This is very long. Thanks, Josh. My brother's like, you rocking it, sis. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace and love.